Fort Worth. It's the city where the West begins. It's a fun city to tour, especially with Fort Worth Tours. Brendan Smart, guide with Fort Worth Tours, met us for a walk on the streets of Fort Worth and a look at the authentic sights and sounds.
So where the Earthbones building is now, that was the location of the White Elephant Saloon, which is kind of an immortal business. It's changed location and buildings multiple times, but it has always been in business since 1887. So actually it's in the stockyards now. I highly recommend it. Great place to go and have a drink. In those early days, the 1870s, the 1880s, everything was built in a hurry. Nothing was necessarily built to last. So very few early structures survive. But at this location, White Elephant Saloon, and a story I like to tell about how fancy they were. Mahogany bar, check. Wallpaper, check. Carpeting, check. But this is how you know they're really fancy. They had a boat down on the river where they had a guy fishing, so you would have fresh fish. He was also catching turtles so that you could have turtle soup, because that's fancy. This is very much a cowboy town, and from the early days, the city leaders kind of made the decision, very consciously, to give the cowboys what they want. In order for Fort Worth to survive, it needed to be a wide open town. We make no apologies. So there you have it. Give the cowboys what they want. What did the cowboys want? They want low-down gaming parlors, they want cheap saloons, they want brothels. That's Hell's Half Acre. Basically, the entire stretch of road, commerce, that follows the path that they would have driven their cattle up, that's what it was.
As a part of the tour, Brendan pointed out some of Fort Worth's famous buildings and their history. And then we went to Sundance Square, a great part of town to sit, talk, meet, and watch the water fountain. Fort Worth isn't just for cowboys. It offers a large serving of culture. We visited the Kimball Art Foundation's museum and the Amon Carter Museum of American Art. Here's the view looking over Fort Worth from the Amon Carter Museum. Another popular attraction is the Log Cabin Village. You have to see it for yourself. A trip to Fort Worth is not complete without taking in the famous cattle drive at the stockyards and shopping along Exchange Avenue. The cattle drive happens twice daily, so if you miss the 11:30 drive, check it out at the 4. Authentic Fort Worth Tour has many different types of tours, even a ghost tour. So be sure to call them when you plan to be or are in Fort Worth, Texas.